Welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric. This is Mellow7 Gaming, and today we are playing some more Battletech RogueTech Mod. And as you can see by the shape of the screen, patch 1.1 has hit. And in fact, it hit while I was recording the last 3 episodes. So I tabbed out to look at something as my phone beeps at me here, and noticed that the patch was queued. Now, everybody said that the patch was probably not going to be save game compatible with heavily modded saves. And as such, because I was having fun, I made the decision that I was going to continue to play the saved game I had. Female voice and all. There's room for, it's a big universe. There's plenty of room for diversity. So that's what I did. And about 3 or 4 matches in, we got wiped out. We had some help from the RNG. We missed like 90% shots in a row. They were making just stupid long-range shots on us, despite huge evasion. And it was just a bad setup. It was wide open, and we had guys coming from the north and from the west, and there was just no cover. They all had long-range guns, and we were pretty well slaughtered. It came down to, we had 8 mechs shooting at us the whole time. And it came down to one-on-one. I had a hunchback with no weapons and 1 leg left against, I think, a griffin who was in similar shape. And by the time they managed to limp together to finish it out, he won that round and we went down. We had 3 pilots, none of which who died, oddly enough, that were going to be injured for 82 days, and 1 who had punched out early despite very little damage on his mech, although clearly, we might have won it without that, but might have been a good plan anyway. Who was injured for 14 days, and all 4 mechs were destroyed. So I wasn't too worried about whether that save survived or not. So what we've done is we have downloaded the patch, installed the patch, and then reinstalled all of the updated mod. Now, we had a few problems with this. It didn't want to work. I had some problems with the game when I did a verification. 5 files were missing or were corrupted from Battletech itself. It took me a while to get it working. And once it did get working, I played last night. I had a number of crashes in the first battle. I actually tried to record this a couple times already. I finally got a save up and running. And my initial plan this morning when I got up was to just record more of that save for you because it's working. I'm having fun with it, but I think I'm going to leave it as a personal save, and we're going to go through this to show some of the changes to patch 1.1. So let me, while you can see the game, it's not on my screen here. Now I've got a pretty small window here set up for the green screen today, so you have to forgive me a little bit if I tend to kind of move in or out. This is just a artifact of my current non-studio setup. So, first thing to look at is obviously the fact that we have additional graphics options for screen size, and we are running this widescreen because that's how my monitor is, and it's kind of nice to be able to see the extra. I talk with my hands. It's nice to be able to see the extra. Oh, we can't go very extra. The extra space. So, on the screen here, you can see that we can speed up combat. Now, this really, really speeds things up. I'm going to turn it off for now, and we'll see. I've been playing with it so far. And I love the speed it gives the game, but sometimes enemy mechs move in a way that I don't quite know where they're coming from because it's so quickly. So we're going to turn it back off. We can hold the space bar down while mechs are moving to get this acceleration back if we want it. I'm going to do auto center on selection. I'm going to auto select units when not in combat. That's fine. We'll zoom to new contacts. Will we zoom? Yeah, I think we will, just to see them. I'm going to try to show the UI during attacks. I know it's less cinematic that way, but I'd like to see it. Now, I'm going to turn down a lot of these other things because I hate when it does its zoom and I don't see the effect of shots. That's what really annoys me. So I've got all this crap turned off for now. You know what? I might leave jump cinematics on sometimes. Every once in a while we'll get one of those. And every once in a while we'll get a melee cinematic. Because, right, if we're zoomed in on melee, then we're seeing both sides. So I'll go ahead and leave those on. I've turned off the targeting shoulder cam. I'm going to turn these off. Use dynamic attack camera. use targeting. I don't know if this follows everything off, if clicking this would automatically turn everything off, but I'm going to do it double there, and I'm going to do it, well, I guess we'll just leave that there, and we'll turn that off. And I think that will work. So, this being the big change here, along with the fact that we can change the graphics here. Now, there's also supposed to be a what do they call it? Frameless windowed mode or whatever it's called. I don't see that. We were told we'd get that. I can go full screen on whichever monitor I want. There's a new setting called Ultra. We're just going to play on high. Well, I mean, let's try Ultra. I don't know if my camera can handle it or not, but we're going to give it a try. Adjust slider. Yeah, that's fine. Advanced. And here you can enable all these individual little things. So effects quality is Ultra, that sort of stuff. So we're going to go ahead and save that. And interestingly enough, that changed something. I don't know if you can see this or not. Somehow I put it on the other monitor. Basic 2. There we go. There we go. I can see it now. Except now it's changed its... frustrated. It put it on the other monitor and then it changed the video. So let's go back down here. Let's change this again. There we go. Perfect. That's what I'm looking for. All right. So now, some additional saves. We're going to go to a new game here. We get a sandbox mode because we're playing RogueTech. The mod itself instantly takes you into a sandbox mode rather than into the campaign mode. However, the options that we see next are going to be the same regardless of whether you're playing the campaign or the mod. So we're going to say new. We're going to say a custom campaign. We're going to start the game, and it's going to give us some additional options that we can play with. Now, I had originally planned on doing an iron mode, but the fact that the game keeps crashing on me means that iron mode isn't... I'm not going to check the box because I'd like to just be able to load from within the game when combat hangs up, rather than have to Alt F4 and reload everything. I'd rather just be able to click on the little thing and say load. Now, there's no reason why you can't save scum with Iron Man mode. First of all, you can click the box all you want, but you can still Alt F4 in the middle of combat if things go wrong and reload from the save before combat. So the way that they do their saves means that you can still save scum with that Iron Man mode. So don't make any sort of judgments on other streamers based on this thing being checked or not. It means absolutely nothing except an inconvenience if the game crashes, as far as I can tell. That's really about it. Now, I'm going to put this, I can make this 3, 5, or 8. This is the number of major sections of a mech you have to salvage before you can build that mech. I'm going to put it at 3 for the reason that I would like us to be able to see the vast number of mechs for our recording. I have it on 3 with unequipped mechs on the private save at the moment. Because I don't mind the game going a little bit slower, I might actually knock it down to 5. Originally, I was planning on that one being the recorded version, so I had it 3. I have the unequipped, and it does add an interesting dynamic of trying to rebuild special mechs when you get them, which is kind of cool, but it also means that I might get a mech and it may be 10 or 12 or 15 or never before we get to use that mech in any sort of reasonable fashion. So I am going to leave it off. But what it means is that if I salvage a mech and rebuild it, if this is checked, that mech is going to be essentially the same as if it had been one of your mechs that had been damaged on the battlefield. It has very little equipment. Not everything's destroyed. Most things will be destroyed. Some things will be there but repairable. Some limbs may, even though they all show that they're there, like in theory you've got all of them, some of them have to be replaced. And essentially the whole thing has to be repaired. So just think it's just like if your mech just got absolutely crushed on the battlefield, all your expensive components are gone, and everything has to be repaired. That's what this is going to give you. We're going to leave it unchecked for now, merely so we can see as many cool mechs as possible while we play. But for my own personal play, this is checked because I don't mind the grind. I think it's fun. I enjoy trying to find... I got this really cool locust called a dagger. And it's this super high-tech crazy hero lance, and everything is nuts. And it's been really fun to try to salvage, like I'm working the salvage game specifically to try to rebuild this mech, right? To try to come up with components I need to rebuild it. And it really adds a great element to the gameplay. And I'm really, really enjoying it. Because I don't know how many of these things we're going to get recorded due to time constraints in my normal life, I'm going to leave it off so that we can see stuff. That's why we're doing it. Now, enemy force, I can change how hard the bad guys are. We're going to leave it on normal. Contracts generated, I'm going to knock this up to 10. This is how many contracts we're going to get at each place. I'm going to knock this up, the combat variance. So if a planet is, say, a 2-star, 2-skull mission, each half skull counts as a step. This will give me a total variance of 6. So it should go 3 up, down, and 3 up and 3 down, is my understanding. It may go 6 up and 6 down. Maximum difficulty difference between... No, I think it should be a full spread. So we should get a spread of about 3 skulls on each planet that we can choose from. My complaint about the previous version stock was that as you completed story missions, it automatically jacked up the skull difficulty across the board. So by the time you're about halfway through the game, there was no longer any role for small mechs. And I like small mechs. I like to be able to take small skull missions with small mechs. So you can still get a challenging mission with the mechs you choose and use the mechs you enjoy. I think the Locust is one of my favorite mechs of all time. This does go back to MechWarrior 1, where you could take a Locust, run underneath the guns of an Atlas where it couldn't see you, and just absolutely destroy the assault mechs because they couldn't lower their guns down fast enough to get to you, and they couldn't move or turn fast enough to get away from you. So the Locust was the win button in MechWarrior 1, for those of you old enough to remember that. All right, Commander experience points. I'm going to boost this up just, again, to speed up gameplay a little bit. Salvage is normal. Advanced Mech Warriors is going to be normal. We're going to put these as normal so our Mech Warriors progress as standard. We could play with that all we wanted, but we're just going to put them at normal now. But you can slow down the game or speed up the game depending on how you want to do it. We're going to go there. This is your starting Mech Tech. It does start out very slow. I'm going to leave it at 6. We're going to have to rebuild the Argo, and there my light went out. But I think our lighting's okay. I recorded all 3 missions without little LED light, and it wasn't plugged in, and I don't know. I'm not set up to easily plug it back in. Give me a second to get some more light going here. There we go. We'll just open a curtain, get some more light that way. Oh, it's not a lot because it's kind of a cloudy, crappy day out there, but it's more light. It's more there to keep me from getting shadows on the green screen. See how when I get dark there, you see the green? So we may have to play with a little bit of that now without that light. No worries. Okay, so that's that. Mech Bay C-Bills. Select Mech Bay C-Bill cost. I'm just going to make that normal. I'm not really going to play with this. We'll leave the rest of these things down. Shop selling prices, max shop inventory, scrap return values, max specials per shop. We'll leave that like that. So again, these are all custom settings. You're not normally going to have those. So we'll go ahead and see if we can create a character. I think Slyxen was the only one that commented, so I'm going to make our new hero Slyxen. That'll be his call sign. Maybe her call sign. We'll have to see. Again, big universe. Plenty of room for diversity. Don't judge. Somebody will probably be angry at me for that too. All right, load times are again kind of silly sometimes. Although to be fair, once you load the first save of after the patch is long, the first boot, first time you come into the game after the patch is fairly long, and I recommend doing that before you reinstall RogueTech if that's what you're going to do. And then the first load after you add RogueTech is just obscenely long because it has so many tables to build on that initial load. So, go take a bathroom break, get a snack, whatever. Be patient. It'll happen. It's just really, really slow. But once you get in, the game is reasonable. So once this save is started, an actual save from a load game or a load from a saved game is actually pretty quick. One of the nice things is that they have managed to effectively speed up clicking between sections of the Argo as well. So when you're in the ship itself and you're going from the mech bay to, say, your barracks, those screens load quite a bit faster. They really, really optimized that sort of stuff as well. So pretty happy with the upgrades so far. There is some instability. I don't know if that was added by the game or by the mod, though, because I haven't played it without the mod. But like I said, my first 3 attempts last night at doing this all crashed in the middle of the first battle. So, and Iron Man was on for all of those, so it I had to Alt F4 out of the game and then reload. In case you haven't seen it, this is the spectacular opening that the RogueTech author has created, and it's very well done. I think I showed it in the last one, didn't I? If not, here it is. It's just good. All right, I'm going to turn down game volume a little bit here. Maybe we'll split the difference. Oh wait, so let's create Slyxen here. All right, Slyxen, you're from the deep periphery, the outer nethers of the universe. I don't really change this too much. Let's see, you were exiled. I think you were exiled, Slyxen. You were a horrible person. You stole your family's blackjack, and you ran away to be a pirate. I haven't even looked to see what abilities those give us, but you know what? So, Slyxen, I think. Let's flip around here.
Talk to me, Commander. Skipper?
What's up, boss? Waiting for orders.
Waiting for orders.
I live to serve.
What's up, boss?
Ready for orders.
Oh, and I think you're British. British are villains, right? So it makes sense that you're the evil, backstabbing, betraying person there with your British accent. So let's find somebody who looks like Slyxen. I have no idea what Slyxen looks like. Just don't judge this based on that. I kind of like that guy. We're going with that guy. You're him, Slyxen. I don't know if customization works on these painted things or not. I'm not going to click it. Within the normal game, you can click on one of these customizations and you can change hair color and beards and that sort of stuff. But once we've modded to get these pictures, yeah, I don't think we're going to do that. Let's get a random name here. You are Jarvis Urbanus. Okay.
Standing by.
Your family came to the Regan Reach from the deep periphery, but a day after the 16th birthday, you were exiled for an unforgivable transgression. Let me know what that unforgivable transgression was. Out on your own, you fell into a life of a frontier pirate. There you go. There's your stats. 333. Not bad. And we will confirm. See what mechs we get. This is the most important bit. Now, it's no longer a large, 2 medium, and a small plus the Arinya. I've been getting 2 medium and 3 small, 3 medium and 2 small, something along those lines. The save I'm actually was able to continue playing was 2 medium and 3 smalls, one of which, though, was a hero spider. And we got that hero locust in the first, I think we salvaged it in the first mission, actually. But again, a very, very light lance compared to what this mod was giving us before. So let's take a look. We've got a Centurion. I like Centurions. Okay, AC-10, LRM-10, nothing fancy. Your bog standard Centurion. We've got, oh, this thing is a beast. I had this in another one. This thing is spectacular. The Echidna, I'm going to go with Echidna. This thing is a death from above specialist. This is the DFA monster. See how fast that loaded? Look at this. So he's got a partial wing system. This gives him a plus 30% jump distance. This counts as a jump jet, by the way. So you can't load up max on jump jets and then add the wing. This has to be one of your jump jet allocation. Also gets rid of 9 heat because of the big surface area. It helps do that. All the advanced materials. It's got double heat sinks. It's got the extended range jump jets. It has all the TSM for additional melee combat. It's got leg mods so you take less DFA self damage. Right? Minus 30, minus 30. And then pulse lasers. So this thing, death from above, and absolutely destroy small mechs who are relying on their evasion. Because if you see, we get an additional, we have +2 evasion or +2 accuracy, and we ignore up to 2 evasion. So I'm not going to ignore all of them, but these things are much more likely to hit an evasive target than anything else. So really, really good. The DNI cockpit, direct neural interface, proof control over the mech at risk of injury. So we get 1 more melee accuracy. I'm not sure what the +2 pips are. 2 pips minus 10% DFA. Improve control over the mech at risk of injury. It seems to me we're supposed to take more DFA self-damage from this, but we get more acceleration. I'm not sure what the 2 pips are, so we'll just go with it. And you can see melee damage here, stability damage 55, DFA damage 90. Now I don't believe some of these things don't happen until it gets hot. Yeah, so gain more strength and flexibility at higher temperatures, granting melee. So you can get, once you heat up, that number skyrockets. The amount of damage you can do with an attack is just insane. So very, very cool mech. I like Griffins in general. That's a very cool. And it gave us the Arinya too. This is the first time I've seen the Arinya since the patch, so we just got lucky. It's not a guaranteed thing anymore. A bog standard spider. Was it a bog standard spider? Hold on. It is not a bog standard spider. I'm not sure what the 6V is, but we have the extended jump jets here, advanced materials, and a single medium pulse laser. Or we can go with the fire starter, 6 flame, 1, 2, 3, 4 improved flamethrowers, a tag, and jump jets. I'm kind of thinking we go this way. That's a pretty mobile group. This is the only one that can't jump. I think that's fair. I think that's a good loadout. Let's go ahead and take a look at our pilots. So obviously we've got Slyxen. We need to decide what we want for Slyxen. I'm kind of thinking now we go piloting and guts for him, and we run him in the Echidna. Because that thing, like I say, is just obscene. And I think, can we get both of them? I'm glad we gave him some extra points here. So the question is, do we want to move up to we get Berserker, which braces you after melee or DFA, or do we go with he can attack before? I think ultimately we want to go for this one. So the question is, do we go here, +10 health threshold for now, or do we go here? I think we go here for the extra max evasion for now. So that's what we're going to do with Slyxen. Slyxen is going to be a badass. So who else do we have? We've got Arbiter here. He's got 6,000 XP to play with. We've got Live Fire. He's got 7,500. He starts a little bit lower, but 1 point of this cost us 80 XP. We've got Munin. Great, I like Munin. These are all backers, by the way. And we've got Whisper with 6,000. So let's go ahead and see what we've got. I think some of these people, we just kind of improve what they're good at, and we kind of let those roles fall where they are. I'm going to go ahead, +1 initiative. That's not bad. If we put him, if we go with that, we could put him in the Centurion. That would get him down into the lights with the rest of us. He could split fire between the LRMs and the AC. I think that would work pretty well there. Let's go ahead and get him 1 more level of guts for the extra health, and we'll confirm that.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Live fire. Man, he's another one that's kind of set up for that. He's got a lot of points. Let's kind of bring up some of this stuff to kind of a reasonable level. We're going to tend to be early on a very fast-moving group where gunnery is less the deal than anything else, I think. I kind of think we kind of continue to play off of this. Oops. It does give me enough to do more. I could do one of these and one of these. Again, for now, let's go for the extra evasion. And we'll go gunnery. This is about the most XP I've seen. We got pretty lucky on these rolls. I've seen as low as 3,000 XP additional. So it kind of depends on what you get. I don't know if it has anything to do with the actual Kickstarter backer versus Ronin versus whatever. Different Kickstarter backers got more points based on how... I don't know. I just don't know. She's already good at these three things. We're going to roll through here. Let's work on her maybe towards a single weapon breaching shot type of thing. And piloting. And then we'll bring tactics up a little bit so it doesn't suck, right? Because tactics also helps with your called shot effect. So if somebody's lying on the ground, if your tactic sucks, you can't hit that called shot. All right, and that leaves us Whisper here. We got a very good, diverse 3 and 2, male, female. My last group was all men, which is a little kind of odd. It should be about 50-50 in the game. So we're going to go ahead and add the guts there. Tactics and gunnery. Is this going to be like a potential long range? Again, that was what we did with him. We could do guts and tactics, because this is going to get you, so somebody who runs into melee things, or at least wants to can knock people back and or can sensor lock people as they run in, because this person could be towards the front. I'm going to hold off on that. I want to get piloting up a little bit just for the additional evasion early on. So we'll go with that. Confirm. Now let's go ahead. We're going to engineer. We're going to go here to look at these. There's going to be a small amount, then we're going to kick out, because even with the new, I don't know if the patch is what messes this up or just the new or the mod. So we're going to come down here to engineering instead. Come on, engineering, ship upgrades. There we go. Maybe. We're going to start working on our repair and refit. That's going to be 270,000. We'll continue that, then we'll do that, and then we will probably do this and this, something along those lines. Now when we go back and look at contracts, we'll have more options. We're going to take something small. That has 18 salvage. Let's do this with max salvage initially. And we're going to go ahead and actually play this right now. I know we've been talking for a while. It's 27 minutes, but we're hell with it. We're going to keep going. We're going to see a fight. We've got the Echidna. Oddly enough, that's the biggest one. Centurion. So we got 2 mediums and 3 smalls in this case. And I think I'm going to go with this one, but I don't know that that's going to continue. I'm thinking right now this is kind of a spotter type of mech. And we can bring him into melee to support the Arinia when we want. I mean, this gives us essentially 3 melee mechs and the Centurion. So we're going to put Slyxen in the Griffin there, in the Echidna. Piloting and guts is probably the most important. I'm going to put live fire in the Arinia. She's got evasive. He's got +1. She's got evasive. I mean, she's better, but I gave him the additional initiative to bring him down into the light mechs. But that 5 versus 4 initially, that's a big difference in potential speed and evasion. She could still split. I think for now we're going to go with Munin in this one. And I think the guts and piloting increase means Whisper goes here. I think we deploy, and we'll run from that. But Arbiter looks pretty good too. He seems to come up a lot actually. I've seen him in almost every save. I've seen Munin once. I'm kind of I enjoy mythology and Scandinavian mythology, so Hugin and Munin are thought in memory, the Odin's ravens. So it's a cool reference. Whatever backer came up with that name for their character, good job. I approve. I use it. I use those names often in role-playing games and things where I can name things. You know, I'm trying to figure out I'm a welder, teach welding, and I'm trying to figure out a paint scheme for one of my weld hoods. I might put ravens on either side for Hugin and Munin. You know, and because I'm teaching, thought and memory seem appropriate. I should probably avoid any references to the hanged god, though, as those might be misconstrued in today's culture. All right, see? That loaded pretty quick. I'm pretty happy with that. So we're going to drop. We got Slyxen, Munin, Live Fire, and Whisper. Touching down. Let's see if we can capture this research station without dying. Okay, we've got to get up there. I've seen very little variation in the maps. I've seen the same couple maps over and over since I've replayed, which annoys me a little bit. I'd like to see more maps. That map that edge is a long ways away. I'm looking at this orange line here because somebody's going to flank me. So I think what I'm going to do is I think we're going to go up this road this way and come in, and that keeps us close to the map edge, so we're less likely to get additional people this way. I think that will work. Now, you want to see something awesome? Look at that jump range. Is that crazy or what? So I think we're going to jump him to here. That's just absolutely bonkers. And we've already seen the bad guys. So Centurion can only sprint. She does have LRMs. I think we'll just go like this for now. I'll have to decide whether we're going up to get view from the hilltop or whether we're going to go fast down the road. I'm not sure. But for now, we'll just go ahead and hit done. Live fire. The Arenya doesn't jump. It only sprints. But we will start to run you up this way. Pause that. And the spider should jump pretty well too. Now this is look at that. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? I mean, we could get up top here if we wanted. Now look at what it does to our heat. Our heat bar is nuts. So I'm going to bring us down to something a little more. We're going to have to do something about that heat. Is that really as far as I can jump without overdoing it? How far can I sprint? I'm going to sprint up in this case just for heat purposes. But we'll have to look to see about double heat sinks or a heat bank or something along those lines for this mech. It doesn't really, other than the jump jets, it doesn't really have anything advanced on it as I recall. So we could do a double heat sink or a heat bank. Or if we can get another one of those wings, like we have on the Echidna, because that is a super heat sink on top of a jump jet. And that would allow us to maybe take advantage of those crazy jumps. But we could do that with the huge evasion we're going to build up for those jumps in relationships with pretty powerful LRMs. The problem is LRMs have been nerfed a little bit in this patch, both from a damage standpoint. I believe the mod also affects them a little bit, but also because now people have more stability. So light mech still has its 100 stability, a medium mech now has 200, a heavy 3, and an assault has 400 stability. So we have to do a lot more stability damage to knock over big mechs. Oh wait, live fire gets to go. Now, we can wait for maybe this guy to come in. It hasn't started blinking on him. We're just seeing guns so far. We're not seeing people. So I think we'll just keep kind of... I think we'll come here. We'll stay in the trees. We'll keep this hill in the way of most of the guns. And we'll try to play it a little bit defensive here. Now I could do a quick jump. Now that'll let us see that. Should give us fair... What I'd ideally like to do is jump up here, get view on that, but I don't want to deal with that heat. Now, we don't have any ammo to shut down. I mean, the mech could shut down, but we don't have any ammo to cook off. So let's risk it. Let's do that. That puts her in trees, gives us some view. Right? Be careful, additional forces, yada, yada, yada. We're hanging there in air as I click through stuff, which is pretty funny. There we go. So, and now we're going to brace. So we're in trees, we've got good evasion, shutdown override was successful, and we're entrenched. And we're not planning to do anything. We're going to use this mech mostly for a spotter at the moment. Ultimately, though, it will also be kind of a death from above melee support. But for now, support. So, now we can bring in the Echidna, and I'm just gonna sprint forward here. We'll stay behind this stuff. So we have physical cover. There may be some indirect people that are going to be able to get sensor lock on us or something along those lines. But for now, we'll do that. We'll bring the heat back down a little bit. And we'll say done. And Munin we can bring up. We'll sprint. We'll come up here. And maybe we'll take an LRM shot at something. We've only got 240. But 45% chance. Let's go ahead. We'll take that. We'll start to whittle it down. Okay, did a little bit of damage to it. So now we're going to see who gets to take a shot at Whisper and the Spider there. I say, we should be pretty good defensively between everything. So I'm going to go ahead and move live fire up again. I'm going to sprint. I want to be to a spot where we can turn and run around a corner and go hit something next time, but where we don't get hit this time. So I think I'm going to go to there.
Run, don't shoot.
Done. I think we do need to move just to get more evasion. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how I want to play this. I think we'll go to here. Because we got to burn off some heat, but we got to get some evasion going. And then done. So we're not guarded, but we still are covered and we still have evasion. And we're still not shut down.
Standing by.
Now what I should have done was I should have reserved her until after I took the LRM shot and then moved her back, because as long as she was guarded and everything, we should have just left her there, and then we would have got this shot off and I could have moved her out of vision, right? That's what I should have done. Now we want to do kind of the same thing here with this guy. Do I sneak around the corner there? There's a way where I can just see one. Again, I'm just going to I'm going to play really defensively this round. We're going to pull him up to here. He should be out of sight of everything still. You know, didn't tell us we had line of sight or anything. And we're going to continue to move her forward. We'll take another shot at that one.
Taking the shot.
Yeah, similar results to last time. That's okay. All right, miss. Okay, took some SRMs. 6 damage, some fairly powerful SRMs.
Receiving you.
Okay, so he's going to come around. I can only get to him from the back. Can I get to that one? Now, with the medium pulses, I might just be able to destroy something. I may not have to... Let's do that. I may not have to melee it. I don't want to give my back to that guy, is what I'm looking at.
Affirmative.
Should have been plenty, yep. And it was. So that guy, that one goes down.
Turret eliminated.
Now, I think Whisper... I think we just keep doing the same thing. I think I'm going to move to here. Lets me see that one. and I think I'm going to brace. So now we're entrenched, guarded, evasion, all that sort of stuff, and we can see everything. Now we could have taken a shot, but again, heat was an issue with that thing. So now what I can do with this is I can run this guy up here, and maybe I want to run all the way. Is there a way I can get some cover from these buildings? That blocks that guy. That lets me see that. I'm going to go to here, so only one of these other two guys here can see me. So only one can. And we'll take a shot at this one. And we missed both of them. 80% chance, missed them both. RNG at least is consistent.
No luck.
All right. So now what I can do is I can bring her up to here. That gives that guy obstructed. I'm going to move the Centurion up here and we'll take some shots at this one. 85 and 85, decent chances.
Copy that.
We should get him. There we go. One more down.
Turret destroyed.
So our defensive method is working so far. And they took a shot at the Echidna and Slyxen because he's a bad person. I mean, you can't blame him.
I'm showing minor damage.
I've got eyes on hostile reinforcements.
He's like the Dread Pirate Roberts without Buttercup. So he's angry.
Hey there.
All right. Move up live fire. We'll see if we can shoot at this. Oh, we got mechs coming in from there. That's the reinforcements finally here. That'll give us an overheat. I'm going to turn off the extended range. We don't need extended range. That's going to give us, 132. If we hit consistently, we should be okay. That one's gone. Okay.
That turret is gone.
So I'm going to move Whisper up. Maybe once these guys get done moving. To see what lies over the hill.
Commander.
So, heat's less of an issue. Can I get to a... For it to not be an issue to see these guys, though, that's where the jump ship's going to land. I can come here. Heat's again going to be an issue, but at least we'll see who this guy is. We are giving our back to this. We're going to have to kill this guy this time. But again, we're entrenched, we're braced, we're all that sort of stuff. It's just a locust. Oh, it's a dagger. We might be able to get a dagger, too. I think those things are so cool. If we get one of those this time, too, and salvage it, oh my god, that'd be... And another Arinia, my god, the hero mechs are coming out in force. Oh, a couple big hits on the spider. We might have to replace the spider. But I would replace the spider for probably either of these at this point. But I'd like to get the dagger. We already have an Arinia. I know it's a badass. Is that 2 Arinias? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Whisper. I would not have jumped you in if I realized there were 2 Arinias and a dagger there. Those are light mechs, but those are not light. I mean, to give you an idea, the drop cost of Arinia is about 68,000 C-bills. The drop cost for my entire lance on my saved one, even with my the Arachna, I think is what it's called, which is my hero spider, is 63,000 C-bills. So this Arinia is worth more C-bills than my entire lance of 2 mediums and 2 lights on the other saved game.
Standing by.
So, yeah. You know what we're gonna do?
Engage
Time for some death for above. Slyxen comes roaring in. There we go. We've knocked him back on initiative next time, too. We've done a fair amount of damage. Small pulse lasers have done what they did. We avoided 54% DFA self-damage. And he's knocked down. Health is 3 of 4. This is new, too. They now tell us how much health they have. Our heat's critical, but we've avoided the override. Next time, we're just going to step forward and punch him. So it's not going to matter. Now, I'm going to bring the Centurion up here, and hopefully Munin can finish off this light laser turret. Not terribly dangerous,
Locking on.
but I would rather not have it in the backfield there. So that one's gone. So we've cleaned out the turrets. Now we have to destroy the reinforcements to pacify the area. So the dagger comes running up. He's going to take his shots because he's just a bad little mamma jamma. Narc Beacon, Haywire, Tab, Plasma. He's also got some extra. You can see he's got a lot of little icons down there.
Lot of heat. Good to go.
All right, our Arinya though is going to charge an attack. We're going to come in on the back of the dagger and see what we can do to this poor little guy. So next time he's going to lose an initiative, which is just going to put him back and forth with us. So it's not that big a deal. And another dagger. 2 daggers and 2 Arinyas. Oh my god. This lance is... You know, this is a $200,000 C bill. 200,000 C bill in the lance right here. Sorry about that, Slyxen. This could be an expensive fight for us. Shut us down with heat. All he's going to be able to do is boot up this time. So we're kind of hosed there. And our heat is just really... I mean, we could try another... Look, if we try to jump past here, we're going to... This is as far as we could jump without shutting down. So I'm just going to do a regular move. And we're just going to have to brace. I think we're in trouble, guys. I might have... man, that's a tough... I mean, at least we're going to get some salvage out of this. So, in theory, if we lose some expensive stuff on our Arinya, then hopefully we'll get some of it back. He's got to restart, so he's moving. I mean, so at least he's turned on, right? Munion's got to come in. Can we... If we sprint... Can we get... Oh, we can't get shit off unless... Oh, 3. Can I get a direct shot on something? No, but I'm going to sprint anyway. I need to get this AC-10 into the fight. And this one's knocked down, so this is what we're going to go for. We're just going to pray. Despite the knockdown, you know, our tactics worked against us there, sprints and everything. So now that Arinya is going to be able to get up and do something. And they may very well just dump more heat back into Slyxen and keep him shut down. He's going to run away a little bit. Is he going to go after somebody else? Is he going to go after live fire? No, couple shots on Slyxen. We weathered that okay, though.
That shot just grazed.
Recovered to normal. That's fine. Okay. We've got Whisper and live fire here. So live fire's in that one. I'm going to go ahead... I can't get to... Can I get to him? I can't get to him. I could do a could I do a DFA on him without shutting down? From here? Here maybe? No, I think we'll just do it from here. Okay, our melee combat thing clearly failed there. We destroyed our own right leg, and our next leg is damaged, and we're going to knock down. We're going to take that. That failed for us horribly. And, of course, we don't really see much of it. Our health goes down to 3 or 4. I don't know that we did any damage to him at all because the view sucked. No, we did nothing. Absolutely nothing. He opens up on Slyxen. Right arm is destroyed. Now, as limbs go down, your stability becomes an issue as well. He managed to avoid his, but his heat's critical. We might lose the first fight here, guys. We might lose the first fight here. I'm going to come here and get this guy from the back. I probably should go after a dagger, but this guy's already got some damage. And we missed. I mean, that's, as far as I can tell, 2 melee attacks on this Arinya in a row that have missed, despite the fact he's got no evasion. And things aren't going well for us. This may be a one-off. Their dagger comes in. This is just a stupid lance, though. I mean, at least they missed a melee there. Another shot. Is he going to even be alive to do something by the time this thing ends?
Armor blow through. Internal damage.
I mean, our whole team really should go in 4, but look, because of various things, we're all going in 3. All right, he's in stable. We've got to get Slyxen out of there somehow. Now, we could potentially do another DFA. We still have leg armor of some extent, but that doesn't look like that's going to work. So I'm just going to do 2. I'm going to come around here. I'm going to get in the trees. I'm going to turn around.
On my way.
Is there anybody I feel I can get a reasonable shot off on? I think we go with him. I think this gets us under.
Confirm.
There we go. We took some pulse lasers out.
Scored a critical hit.
All things considered,
Yes, Commander.
it's all I could ask for. 3, we're going to run up. Can we start to get some direct shots on these guys? Yes.
Got it.
I'm going to take a shot at the back of this dagger and just pray.
Affirmative.
Nope. We missed. Missed everything. We hit with 3 missiles on all of that. You know, you expect to get at least 1 hit when you have 3 of, 40 and 50 and above, but such is not the case today. Again, this is kind of how the last fight went. It was RNG didn't go your way, and then something else inherent to the fight. In that case, the 0 cover and the fact that 8 mechs were shooting at you. This one is just the fact that every mech is a hero mech in this fight. Even though they're small ones, every single one is a badass. So I'm wondering if I might be better off shooting somebody. I mean, I can do 61 melee damage, but if I hit somebody with this thing, I can do a whole hell of a lot more. So I'm wondering if I go to, like, say here, spin, and we just shoot the crap out of somebody. This guy has no evasion. We just turn on everything, and we shoot him in the back.
Scored a critical hit.
We got to take somebody out. I mean, that's just that. Oh my gosh. Thank God it was a miss. Now, he's lost his evasion because of the missed punch. This guy did my tactic.
Damn it.
Took a head hit, so now we're injured. This is a half skull mission, guys. I just want to point that out. A half skull mission.
I'm hit. Oh, I'm hit.
Head hit,
Colonels are taking a beating.
and he's panicked.
Watch those heat levels.
Okay, so, I'm going to... Let's see.
Standing by.
I'm going to run her up first. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move her up to here. All right. I'm going to...
I'm here.
Commander.
No, I'm not even going to move. I want to get the best shot I can get. So 55% right now on that. No evasion. 70% on the missiles.
Locked on rear armor.
There we go. There we go. We took 1 down. Okay. We did destroy some T3 materials. We may need T3 materials to salvage those in a minute here. So now we've got this Arinia to go and these 2 guys here. So the question is, do I step back and shoot those? I don't think either of those really have much damage. Probably... Does that Arinia... Wait, does it say that Arinia doesn't have any damage? Okay, well, I'm just going to step back here then. Like that. And we're going to shoot this guy. I think we just do the... If I do the smalls... But look, they got such less chance to hit. That's only going to do 33. But realistically, I'm only going to hit with one of these, and that's going to do 25. I mean, there's no guarantee I'm going to hit with this. What's the heat on this? The heat on this is 18 heat. The heat on these is 10 heat. So I can only shoot 2 of these for the heat of this. I'm going to do that and this. We're still going to be over the threshold. And we missed with both. Of course. Of course. We haven't... Our 50-50 shots, our coin flips have all come up wrong. So, again, you know, they keep saying, oh, it all balances out. Well, it might balance out. They get the roll and we don't. I mean, that you know, if they always get heads and we always get tails, that balances. That lets them say, oh, yep, our engine always gives you the exact, you know. But that doesn't mean it does. All right. So, our spider needs to stand up. She needs to get out of the way. She's got one leg.
Back in action.
Do I jump somewhere to give her some cover? Now, see, that gave us instability. And then... Do I shoot somebody? Do we make one more 25%, 15? No, we're just gonna brace. We're just gonna brace.
I'm starting to cook.
We've just got to get heat down and survive. We took out one of them. That dagger's gonna get a move, and then one of us, in theory, is gonna get a move. Okay, didn't do a whole lot of damage on that one, but heat is critical. We'll have to stick with melee.
Ready.
Live fire on ours. This one hasn't moved yet. I'm going to try to get this one. If we can get a lucky center torso punch on this thing. Oh wait, we just pushed it back in initiative. So that's fine. So that gives us... Well, I don't know that that's going to matter. Because apparently the Arinia was the one going there, not that one anyway.
Enemy flanking.
Oh, open up the back of live fires Arinia.
That shot went internal.
Okay, okay, that's fine. That's fine. His heat's way high too, so he's got limits he's dealing with now too. So, if I were to try to shoot somebody now, 20, 55, 40. Now, even that one shot's going to put us over, but you know what? I think I'm going to take the shot. It was a hit. Okay, so that helps. Our heat's critical. We lost evasive. Emergency shutdown's initiated. We could lose this thing. But I think we had to take the chance. Slyxen's still doing okay. Heat's still critical, but he's hanging in there. He failed his panic check. That's not good. They all have a... That one doesn't have much evasion. I'm kind of thinking if... Maybe, again, if I go... If I just... The heat is what the heat's what's killing me at this point. How much armor do I have there? I only got 23. I was thinking death from above still, but I'm gonna walk over here, take another punch, try to get her heat down. CT destroyed. That one's out. One more down. 2 mechs left. 1 dagger, 1 Arinia. Now the one thing I'm a little bit is silly is these super high-end hero mechs. They're scattered. Their percentage of showing up is a little bit high. I mean, we should almost never see one. The problem is that means you can almost never build one, right? Because if you only see one per game, if you make them, you know, unique, or at least their chances of popping up such that they're more or less unique, It does have that problem. So I don't know what the difference to that is. If I go here, man, how about if I go here? Will that give me a shot at that guy? Not really. But we're going to get in here a little bit more. Get to where we have a little bit more options with the Centurion. If nothing else, we can punch things with it too. 10, 15, 15, 25, 25. Let's try that. There we go. Left torso destroyed. It's got a cockpit mod or something. Injury ignored. But we did something. Okay, so it should be them, us, them. This dagger backs up a little bit. What's he gonna... I don't know what he's doing. I guess he backed up into our back. That was kind of weird the way it did that.
Armor breach. Internal damage. Yes, Commander.
All right, this guy's got to go down.
Targeting for physical attack.
And we missed.
Missed.
Targeting computer destroyed. Medium laser crit. Head hit. Still shut down. We didn't...
Awaiting order.
Oh, no, that was him. He's shut down. Oh, now we can't do anything except restart here. So we may not be able to take advantage of this in any way, shape, or form. But,
Standing by.
But maybe... I mean, I can punch him, but he's shut down. Can I... If I do this...
Confirm.
Our heat's not horrible. Oh, man, we got a 30% chance to hit a shutdown mech.
Engaging with target.
But it's something. If we can bring Munin up where Munin gets a shot at him, maybe that AC-10 can put the hurt on him.
Aye, aye.
He ejected. That's a perfect, well, not a perfect, an Arenya who's just missing the head. So potentially we could get a lot of salvage out of that. We could salvage the whole mech, in theory, and we might need to. Right torso destroyed. That means we're going to lose an arm. Well, we already lost the arm. God knows what type of tech we've lost in this already. Luckily, this thing's mostly a jumper, so it's TSMs and it's common, uncommon tech. You know what I'm saying? But it's not anything super rare. What if I just shoot you?
Got it.
We just miss. That's what happens if I shoot. You just miss.
Receiving you.
Can we get him? He ejected too. We scared him off. Oh my god, that thing was insane. That was a half skull mission, guys. A half skull. Holy cow. I can't... Wow. But that tells you how good light mechs are now. The light mech melee game and heat game is something. Stability maybe not so much anymore, but between heat and some speed, it's a viable meta. Unfortunately, it's a difficult one to play against. So, Livewire here, 2 shot, 2 head, 2 wounds. Slyxen, 2 wounds. Whisper, 1 wound. Everything's damaged. We lost a leg, we lost an arm and a torso. Look at this. Medium pulse, advanced materials, 3 TSMs, 2 small pulses, another advanced material, a double heatsink, and a jump jet. That's some crap. That's an expensive hit. Now, what we could do out of this is we could grab another Arenya. We could grab a dagger. we could get some of this back. There's a medium pulse. There's some T1 materials. So I think what we do is, I think we grab a mech, and I think in this case I'm going to grab the dagger. And then we're going to just, because I don't want to have 2 hero mechs. I think that's a rule. We can't ever do 2 of the super mechs, right? So now what I'm going to do is, I know we need a medium pulse. I know we lost that. I know we lost some advanced materials, but there's a lot of advanced materials in there. EWS, heatsink. I think I'm going to take the double heatsink, and then we'll just hope we get enough other stuff. We got a medium pulse. We got some advanced materials. We got some TSM. So we might be able to rebuild that mech, but this is probably going to be a long rebuild. Now, we could sell some of this stuff if we have to. In fact, we could sell the spider now if we wanted to. We'll have to decide what we want to do with that. Although probably not the spider. What was the other mech we had? Whatever the 5th mech we had was. That I didn't care enough that I ran a spider. That spider heat was such an issue. Oh wait, so the dagger is just, I don't know if it's going to be useful or not. But it sure looked useful in that fight. The problem is, one bad roll and he's dead. That's the issue with it. So let's go ahead and, whoops, that's not what I'm looking for. We want Mech Bay. Now, nope, I did not click that, but the mod is clearly doing it for us anyway. So look at that. So that's a badass, but we didn't get any of the crap on it, or very little of the crap on it. So let's go ahead. This guy he needs to be refit. This guy can just be repaired. Yep, 6 days. This guy cannot just be repaired. What are we missing on the Arinia? We might just have to go without it. Targeting computer, TSM. This one we can repair. This one we can repair. We should have another TSM we can replace this one with. Well, we have to hit repair and then drag the TSM in. We're just going to have to go without the targeting computer, I think. Yeah, we don't have any of those. What's the targeting computer do for us? It's just going to have to go. And there we go. So that one is going to take us 13 days to fix. Let's see what we can do with the Griffin. Okay, the Echidna here. Okay, so if we replace this first, we've lost a jump jet IS, a double heat sink, and advanced materials, and 2 small pulses. I've got advanced materials. I've got a double heat sink. I do not have an IS jump jet. It would just have to be a regular jump jet. So we've lost some of our super jumpy. They do way less, though. So we're going to get 0.25 tons of armor in there somewhere. Oh, wait. And if we replace this, we lost a bunch of TSMs and another advanced material. Do I have another advanced material? I do. And TSMs. I've got 2 of those. And a pulse. We lost a medium pulse. So we're down a TSM. And we're down an IS jump jet. But we're more or less back in the game here. So I think what we do is... do I have... We have regular heat sinks. I don't want to mix regular and dual. I don't know if it's for sure, but I saw a video where they said that if you do double, then your engine has double. But haven't been seeing that. So look here. So this says we have 36 heat sink right now with the double. So if we replace that with, say, 2 regular heat sinks, if the engine doesn't change, then we should still have 36. If it does, then it should be less. But see, it still says we have that. So I'm wondering if I don't just dump on another heat sink. And then we take the extra and we put it in our leg armor. And we do that. In theory, that got us more. 39. I think we're going to, 41 days, 188,000 to do this repair. So we're out at least a month at this point.
Right. I'll get it.
Not even including looking at injuries, right? 14 days for that. We're out for a month. There's nothing we're going to do for a month. So let's go ahead and take a look at this, see if there's any repair we can tack on top of that, and we'll see if we can start rebuilding a dagger. This one can be repaired. This can be repaired. Do I have another advanced materials I can dump in there? I do not. Do I have another TSM I can dump in there? I do not. What I've been doing on the other one is I've just been kind of repairing one limb at a time. So, you know, maybe I get one advanced materials, I fix the leg. Maybe I get advanced materials at TSM, I fix this. You know, I've just been kind of, in that one I've been kind of going this way. But supercharger and a partial wing. I'm going to put those back in there. Can I repair it but leave the broken stuff in there? Oh, I might be able to. Just to repair the armor. I think that's what we're going to do. I didn't realize I could do that. Because what I don't want to do is I don't want to forget what's supposed to go here. Right? I'd like to stay true to the mech. But I'd like to get as much repair work done when we're not repairing other things as possible. And so that's what we're going to kind of do here. We're just going to kind of dump this stuff in for now. And, you know, when our team has more time and there's nothing else going on, they'll be slowly fixing this up. And as we come up with components that we can replace, we can slowly replace those components. But we're already up to 24 days just to do that. The other thing we could do if we needed to, we could strip like these TSMs off and put them on another mech. So we could have maybe rebuilt that a little bit differently, the other one. But for now, I think we'll just confirm that. And I think that's an episode. Let's take a look at our mech warriors, see how long everybody's out. We're out for a month, right? Isn't that what we just decided? 29 days, 29 days, 14 days. Do we get at least a little bit of XP? Not a whole hell of a lot. Livefire has some. I'm going to put it into tactics so we don't miss called... And I can't because he's injured. And when they're injured, you can't put points into anything. That's something else I discovered.
Yes, Commander.
So that's that. Maybe we want to go somewhere else. We got 30 days. We could go navigation, star map, and see where else we want to go just to pick another... God, that was a rough half. How far is that? That's 28 days. 2.5 star. It's poor, but it did have inner sphere level. Planet-wide forest, agriculture, aquaculture. Let's do that. How far away is that? 25 days. So that's going to be most of our 30 days. We're going to travel there. We're going to go and visit the lands of Karita, the Draconis Combine. Off we go. So let's, not going to be too expensive. We'll travel there. Next episode, we'll be in the Draconis Combine, and we'll see if we can recover from just a brutal, brutal first mission. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thank you, Slyxen. Cheers.